key things and differences between good and not so good players. First, often not so good players tend to have either a weak grip, in some cases, the odd case, perhaps too strong grip, as opposed to a more neutral grip. And the weak grips often result in a slice. So one of the areas to check, and you can look at the clip I recently did and posted on key fundamentals, always worth visiting anyway, is how to ensure that you have the correct grip. The second key difference is not so good players tend to try to lift the ball. So they're leaning back, trying to lift the ball, particularly that applies to wedges and chip shots, where clearly the score can mount up and where you're hitting many more of the shorter shots than you are off the drive. Let the club do the work. Let the bounce work on the club. Let the loft, choosing the right club for that particular shot, do the work. Keep your swing steady, neutral, calm, easy. Your tempo, your rhythm that you've worked out. Don't try because you think you're just a bit of rough, you need to lift it out. The third is bad balance. I've covered that also in the key fundamentals. Many amateurs tend to have bad balance, particularly on the finish. That you'll tell on the finish if you've bad balance because your foot jumps or you've leant too far back or you can't keep as steady. So a good balance to start with, and then that is key, and a good balance when you finish. Fourth is trying to swing in a straight line, often compensating because you have either a hook or a slice. You then try to just almost putt it, hit it in a straight line, and that includes for drivers and irons. Remember, the stroke and the swing is circular. Don't try to hit it in the straight line, because straight line means you're essentially putting the ball. And even there, you're not actually in a straight line. Your stroke might well be an arc. The fifth is bad ball position. I've covered this in a number of clips, including some very useful tips from Jack Nicklaus, which I'll put a link to, which talked about working out the ball position for each of your particular clubs, because your swing and your arc might be slightly different to others, whether you're a smaller person, your body position, your weight shift position. So figure out your low point and then work out the right ball position for that club. Remembering that with irons you're hitting down, with drivers you're essentially hitting up. Six, very important, and I've covered this in the fundamentals too. Work on a setup routine. And I recommended that you start with your alignment and aim, and then move back to your ball position and your posture, and double check your alignment for the shot you're trying to do, whether it's a baby draw or whether it's a straight drive or whether it's a punch shot, keeping in mind some of your tendencies. So have a particular setup routine for every shot each time, and that includes the putter. You will see DJ, who just won the Masters, he's got this setup routine of holding his right arm to make sure that he doesn't overly swing his right arm when he putts. So he's got a particular setup routine. You should work out a setup routine for each club and repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Bad posture. Many amateurs and not so good players tend to either stand up too tall or bend over too much. That correct spine angle and posture is key. Have a look at my clip on fundamentals. Eighth, too much tension in your hands and arms. So because you're worried about hitting the ball badly or slicing it, you then tense up. It's really about an easy swing. Nice, easy, smooth tempo is key. Let the ball go where it does. It might be your face angle that's wrong, and then correct that. But don't tense up, because you will compound anything that you've done wrong even more. So don't be tense with your arms and your hands. That includes, as a result, having too strong a grip and closing the club face. Or, for that matter, keeping it too wide open because you just want to push the ball. Over the top. Over the top is very common. I suffer from it from time to time. And I have to remember that I'm looking at that circular swing and that shallow downswing